So, practice 1, task 16. Explain the code. Well, let's see what the code is doing first. So we have some kind of tabular form where Dave, Fred, and Pete are given values once inside a box to be 3, 1, and 2. And outside the box, it will be 0, 1, and 2. So the code starts with the print command, right? Dave, Fred, Pete, separated by a tab. Let's see, a tabulator, right? So when we have print some string, right, we can shift it by tab like that. You know this from your text editor. You'll give some text, so text. Then use tab to shift the text, right? Good. Next line. We assign the values 0, 1, and 2 to Dave, Fred, and Pete, respectively. The fifth line starts with a function definition. So we use def to initiate the function definition. We give the function name cardboard box with 0 arguments, concluded by a colon here, right? The function header. Right, and then global appears. And global tells the function to use Fred and Pete as a global variable. So this function knows now these variable Fred and Pete, and it uses them to define Dave. However, Dave is not global. Dave is still a local variable here. So this Dave in line 7 and the Dave in line 2 are different. We print in line 8, or inside the box, again the values, this time the values for Fred, for Dave, Fred, and Pete. Right above here, we print the names, right? Just a string. Python doesn't take them as variables. But without the quotations, they are variables or objects, and, well, actually everything in Python is an object, right? Anyway. So it's a variable, and then Python fills in the value for Dave. But we have two Daves, right? One within the function and one outside. Because Dave is a local variable, right? The function only uses the Dave it knows, right? And that is within the function. So it will print here 3 because 1 and 2 equal 3. But then, wait a moment. When Dave is a local variable and the function only knows the local variables, how come it knows the value for Fred and Pete? Well, they're defined over here, and we make them actually global as well. Alright, so the whole function, or the whole code, works even without setting global to Fred and Pete. Normally you would have a little bit more complicated setup of your functional methods definition. Anyhow, so the effect of global you actually see more impressively when you set Dave as well as a global variable, because then this Dave and that Dave are the same, right? And then line 7 reads like, hey, override the value of Dave, right, this one here, with 1 plus 2. Now look here, in outside the box before Dave, was the global variable, this one, so it was 0. When I put Dave as a global variable inside the function definition, then I only have one Dave, right? And I change it in function 7. So Dave is always 3. If I don't, let me restart the kernel. Then I have 2 different Daves. Executing. Yep, so 2 different Daves. Right, and to conclude the discussion of the what is the code doing, line 10 calls the cardboard box function. Line 11 prints out a string that says outside the box, and print in line 12 prints the global Dave, the one that is defined in line 2, and the values for Fred and Pete. There's just one definition of Fred and Pete, are all separated by a tabulator.